We're live, we're live, we're live, we're live. Welcome to Dave's Play.
Read by Chris Ryan. Chapter 1. Trading the Pattern Cycle. The Path to Trading Power. Swing traders must compete against the best-informed crowd in history. Financial institutions spent decades...
Amelia in the building. Good afternoon to you, Amelia.
The net revolution collapsed this unfortunate
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please hit the like.
Now, anyone with a computer can access breaking news, execute a low-commission trade, and witness the immediate result. Technical analysis has come to the masses as well. The web ensures that everyone knows their highs from their lows and can identify popular patterns as soon as they appear on their favorite stock charts. Managing information and finding opportunity. Common knowledge of any market condition closes the system inefficiency and allows easy profit. But the masses respond slowly and continue to throw money at losing strategies for some time.
77 dimes in the building.
Conditions
Welcome aboard.
Step ahead of this restless crowd. This simple task requires great discipline.
GLSI, the talk of the town. I tweeted this one way early.
As soon as the herd charges in their direction. The markets have grown enormously complex over the past century. Look back at Charles Dow's revelations on trend and reversal in the Wall Street Journal.
So Archon was a no-go today. It was exhausted in the pre. Same for CIDM. That was done from in the pre. So the Dow Jones closed down 0.35% at 30,068. The Nasdaq closed down a whopping 1.94% at 12,338. GLSI. GLSI closed up 1,000%. That's some ridiculous price. They opened up at 1607 and they spiked as high as 158. 158. That's about over 2,000% spike. Low of the day 1215. Average volume 28K. Volume today 16 million. GLSI. And it's not done. It's up 85% in the after hours.
But these complex systems can short circuit the most critical requirements for consistent profits. Market timing that relies on accuracy.
GLSI was suspended
and the tremendous ease of execution
for about an hour or so.
Instant karma for errors.
Okay, so we have Immp running in the after hours.
When new players first enter this fascinating world,
after hours trading is not for the risk averse, very volatile. So is pre-market trading.
And protect capital until experience finally.
You have a propensity for risk to trade pre-market and after hours. So we got Immp. Might be the one to watch for tomorrow. They're up 101% at 430. 439 right now. 439.
They limit execution to a few.
They came out with news. The biotech is hot right now. Also, we have running. Welcome, Monique. Yes, indeed. That was insane.
They stand aside and wait. But if they lack strong discipline,
it's pretty to watch, though. Pretty to watch.
And encourages bad positions. These narrow tactics
might be in the building.
If the masses discover their
GOVX.
It could stop working completely.
I gotta look into that one, Mike.
The daily demands of trading are so
GOVX.
intense that many borderline participants just grow lazy and evolve a self-destructive style. Fatigue sets in. As
So
the
many
mind
runners these
struggles
days. A
to
lot of
organize
runners.
this complex world, and
Welcome
many
might be
valuable
in the
shades of
building.
gray resolve into black and white illusion. In this dangerous
Please
field,
like the live.
stock positions become all or nothing events, and wishful distorts vital incoming signals. As hope replaces good judgment, another market loser washes out.
What else we have running? We have UTSI in the AH. They're up
Trading at all skill levels
90% at
that generate great
253.
illusions. Sudden gains convince us that we are
UTSI.
invulnerable,
You
while
might want to
painful
research
losses
those two for
learn
tomorrow.
our ugly
IMMP
imperfection.
and
We then externalize
UTSI.
and turn to others who will comfort us as they parrot our point of view, or we try to blame external systems for our failure. After all, everyone knows that market makers steal our money.
Don't forget to email me with your stocks
While bad
so
connections
I could do
and
some
fuzzy
research on
software
them.
keep us from reaping
At
fortunes.
Dave Jamaica 8 at
The path to
AOL.
modern trading power must allow participants to adapt quickly to new inefficiencies, offer profit opportunities throughout changing conditions, and allow fast, accurate analysis of all.
It was snowing today in NYC.
It must be powerful enough to short circuit both mental
Caught me
and
off guard. I was in
emotional
summer wear, summer shoes.
This market knowledge must be simple to understand,
I had no
but
idea it was
provide
going to snow.
continuous feedback through all time frames. And it must present a broad context to manage trade setups, risk, and execution through a variety of strategies, including day trading, swing trading, and investment. The hidden market.
What else is going
The vast
on?
majority of destabilizing and supportive market energies remain hidden from individual traders. Insiders quietly manipulate news to protect options.
The float on GLSI was
Analysts push
about
stocks so their trading departments can
a little
unload
over $1 million.
operating failures.
This is a low float.
Pass through accounting magic. and
That's why it
disbelief.
squeezed so
As
high.
a result, market knowledge has limited value.
And I'm sure there were
unless
some
it meets
shorts
one important test.
getting
It must
squeezed.
stand alone as a complete fractal image of all hidden and known information about that market. Traders and
Please
investors
like the
study
live.
markets through price charts. These powerful visual tools
Also, we have
offer
running
common language for all
PBLA.
equities,
They're up
derivatives,
42%
and
at
indices.
620.
The simplest chart just draws a time
PBLA
price axis and adds each day's closing
in the
price as a
AH,
single
kicking up
point
rumpus.
or vertical bar. The connected data points then plot a series of oscillating highs and lows that participants
42%,
study to predict whether price will move up or down over
620.
time. Pattern analysis begins with the simple observation that all market activity reflects itself in the fractal properties of price and volume. These small bits of information create a profound visual representation when tied together into a continuous time series.
Might be. GovX is down
Both
17%
current
in the
and past
AH.
outcomes for all interactions of infinite market
Oh my.
forces, as seen through the eyes of all participants.
It looked like it had
In
momentum.
contrast to the cold discipline of fundamental
GOVX, they closed up
pattern analysis
79% today.
reeks with lust and
A lot of volume came into the stock at about
no other
130.
controlled substance of humanity with quite so much intensity. The markets become our lovers,
No news.
our bosses,
GOVX.
and the bullies who beat us up when we were young. As assets shrink
This
or
might be a
swell,
pump and dump.
emotions flood in and cloud reason, planning, and self-discipline. Chronic
Let's see what happens
fight-flight
tomorrow.
impulses emerge to trigger
GOVX.
unconscious and often inappropriate buying and selling behavior. Actions initiated through emotional impulse generate oscillations in
What
both
else was
price
running
and
today?
time that print clearly on
Rocket.
charts. The skilled pattern reader observes this unstable behavior and
RCKT
visualizes impending
up
price
81% at
movement.
58 bucks.
Successful trade execution
I recommended
requires
this
both
stock
accurate
3
prediction
months ago or
and
so, a couple of
excellent
months ago,
timing. Fortunately,
at
chart
25
patterns work
25
without
bucks.
crystal balls or divine intervention. as a detailed map of all
Also,
market forces.
XBIO
Patterns
ran big
identify
today.
exact trigger points where the swing
A lot of
trader can
supernova
exploit the
movers
emotional crowd.
today, this week.
Patterns
Kenneth
simplify
Wallace in the
and condense
building.
a
Welcome.
vast universe
Welcome,
for
Neville,
interplay into
in the
easily
building.
recognizable setups.
I
The
appreciate you.
subsequent analysis actually evokes the subjective right brain processes
Neville,
rather than the cold analytics of the orb's left side.
I'm going to
Correct
make a note of that.
interpretation requires that the swing trader focus intuition on crowd impulses.
That stock sounds familiar.
evident within each price
You.
Those who divine correctly and apply that knowledge to obtaining profits are truly artists.
Please like the live.
Not masters of science. Edwards and McGee did
Yeah,
not
for
invent
plethora of
the
runners this
1948
week.
classic technical analysis of stock trends. They observed an order within price movement as ancient as the auction.
GLSI, the big
They also
spiker
recognized the
today.
existence of cyclical crowd behavior.
From $16 to $158.
Although the individual components are simple and easy to understand, these repeating formations offer the most intriguing predictive methods in the entire
Big news
financial
out
world.
today. And it's not done. It's up 85% in the A.
The U.S. stock exchanges trade over 9,000 issues each day. Add to that many thousands of emerging
It's coming
exchanges and companies worldwide. On any given
They're
day,
up
every
35%
bull and bear
right now.
condition, from euphoria to
GLSI,
panic,
very volatile.
exists somewhere on the planet. Buried within this universe of volatility and price movement,
This one is a day
perfect
trader's
trade
dream.
setups wait to be discovered. But how can the speculator consistently tap this deep well of profit without being crushed by information overload?
Kenneth, you said
burnout?
OBLN?
For
Is
many
it done?
decades, technical traders learned chart interpretation through the concepts of Dow theory, or they studied Edwards and McGee and faithfully memorized the characteristics of familiar price patterns seen daily on their favorite stocks or futures. These speculators were a minority within the investment community, and their
OBLN
size
fell
allowed them to execute
15%
effective
today.
strategies that capitalized
At
on these
165.
patterns when they appeared.
We're up about 1% in
Net
the
connectivity
after hours.
revolutionizes
OBLN might
public
be done.
access to price charts. They no longer require an expensive
Yeah, it's
subscription,
coming down.
and most market participants can view them quickly in real time. Now everyone reads the charts and believes that he or she understands the inner secrets of technical analysis. As noted earlier in this chapter, common knowledge of any market condition
energy
loses the
fuel.
system efficiency that allows
I don't like the
easy
5-day
profit.
chart. It's coming
Triangles,
down.
flags, and double tops now belong to the masses and are often undependable to trade through old methods.
You might come back down to 230,
inefficiency for swing traders to
237.
They can use the crowd's limited pattern knowledge for their own profit. The new disciples of technical analysis tend to focus
I
on
don't
those
like
few patterns
you
that
right
have worked
now
well over the past
in the
century.
short term.
Skilled traders can place themselves on the other side.
What was the volume
of your
today?
interpretation
4.8
and
million.
fade those setups with pattern failure tactics. More importantly, they can master the unified structure that underlies all pattern development and awaken the skills required to successfully trade
Pfizer moving up
setups
slowly,
that have
77
no
dimes.
or a crowd. Pattern cycles recognize that markets travel through repeated bull
They
and
have the
bear
Big C
in
vaccine.
all time frames. Trends uncoil in a predictable manner, while constricted ranges print common shapes. Measurable
What's going on with the
characteristics
stimulus? Are we going to get a
distinguish
stimulus point?
phase from uptrend
Point
to
two?
downtrend and back again.
Part
Most
2?
participants
Stimulus
see
part
these
2?
changes as the typical top,
What's going
bottom,
on?
and congestion patterns. But a
Oh,
far
Pfizer is all over the
trading
place.
world exists. The twin engines of greed
Pfizer
and
trying to
fear
find its footing.
fuel the creation of market opportunity. Through their power, the crowd reacts in a predictable manner at every stage of price development. Prices fall, and fear releases
Oh, it did
discounted
make a
equities
52-week
into
high
vicious
today.
value
Pfizer,
pins. Prices
43.08.
rise, and mindless greed bids up hot shares into the pockets of momentum players. On and on it goes, through all markets and time frames. Rising prices attract greed. Paper profits distort self-image and foster inappropriate...
USIO? I think I'm down in that one. Let me check.
Draws in many participants looking
I'm not doing much trading.
More jump on board just to take a joyride in the market's amusement park. But greed-driven rallies will continue only as long as the greater fool mechanism holds. Eventually, growing excitement closes the mind to negative news as the crowd recognizes
USIO, I'm down 21%.
Momentum fades.
I'll be selling that tomorrow.
Falling prices awaken fear. The rational mind sets artificial limits as profits evaporate.
I bought at 286 and I bought at 259 today.
And force animal instinct to replace reason.
So I'll be selling tomorrow. USIO.
Personality flaws invade the psyche of the wounded long, while sudden short-covering rallies raise false hopes and increase pain. The subsequent decline finally becomes unbearable, and the tortured shareholder sells, just as the market reverses. The emotional crowd generates constant price imbalances that swing traders can exploit. But successful execution requires precision in both time and direction. Fortunately, this chaotic world of price change masks the
if I have OBLN as a long term
and profitable opportunities through all market conditions. This inner order frees the mind, provides continuous feedback, and empowers spontaneous execution of rewarding trades. Swing traders capitalize on the emotions of others after they control their own. Pattern cycles caution them to stand apart from the crowd at all times. In the simplest terms, it represents the attractive
OBLN short term
livelihood is made. And just as a wildcat stalks the herd's edge, looking for a vulnerable meal, the swing trader must recognize opportunity by watching the daily grind of price swings, volume spikes, and market noise. Prices trend only 15 to 20% of the time through all equities, derivatives, and indices. This is true in all charts, from 1-minute bars.
Listen, just make sure you set your stop loss, long term or short term.
Spend the balance of time
just make sure you have a threshold of
created by trend
where you want to get out.
Swing traders see this process in the wave-like motion of price bars as they oscillate.
You could always get back into the stock at a later time.
Each burst of crowd excitement alternates with extended periods of relative inactivity.
Zoom. I got in and out of Zoom a couple of times. Still made money.
Energy. As ranges contract, so does volatility. Like a coiled spring, markets approach neutral points from which momentum reawakens to trigger directional price movement. This interface between the end of an inactive period
Kenneth, you're
and
in
the
at
start of a
225.
marks a high reward empty zone. Easy for those that can find it. Prior to beginning each new breath, the body experiences a moment of silence.
You gotta get out of
as
there.
the last exhalation completes. The markets regenerate momentum in a similar manner. The EZ signals that price has returned to stability. Because only instability can change that condition, volatility then sparks a new action cycle of directional movement. Price bars expand sharply out of the EZ into trending waves. Swing traders use pattern recognition to identify these profitable turning points. Price bar range, distance from the high to low, tends to narrow as markets approach stability. Skilled eyes
OB,
search for a narrowing series
the
of
earnings
bars
fell.
in sideways congestion.
Yeah, get out of that one. Get out of there. OBLN.
Once located,
This
they
was
place
in and out.
execution orders on both sides of the EZ and enter their position in whatever direction the market breaks out.
Yeah, the earnings fell to a loss of
math-based indicators
1.56 million.
Trading interfaces. Modern tools such as moving averages and rate of change measurements tend to flatline, revert toward neutral, just as price action reaches the easy trigger point. This failure reinforces one of the great wisdoms of technical analysis. Use math-based indicators to verify
What
the
else
price,
moving?
but not the other way around. Volatility provides the raw material for momentum to generate.
Rave
This elusive concept opens the door to trading opportunities. So
might
take
be
the time to
rave.
understand how this works. Stocks and Commodities magazine describes volatility as on its daily price history over the latest 12 months. While this definition
Restaurant. I remember this one.
it illustrates how
This one
relative
has
price swings
spikeability.
reveal unique characteristics of market movements. Rate of change, ROC indicators, measure trending volatility is the same information, but first removes direction from the
October
equation.
7th.
It stretches waves of price movement into a straight
Rave
line
made a big
and
move.
then calculates the length. Volatile markets move greater distances over time
Between
than
October
less volatile
5th and
ones.
October
But this internal
7th.
engine has little value
Might be
to swing
rave.
traders unless it
I don't
can
know. They're
generate
down
profits.
8%
Fortunately, volatility has an important characteristic
in the
that enables
AH. Rave.
accurate prediction. It
They're
tends
below
to
$1
move
right
in
now. They're at
regular and
94
identifiable
cents.
cycles. As prices ebb and flow,
This one has to stay
oscillates
above
between active
113.
and inactive states. Swing traders can apply original techniques to measure this phenomenon in
This
both
one
the
has to
equities
prove
and
itself.
futures
Rave.
markets. For example, 10
No
and
go.
100 period historical volatility studies the relationship between
Please
cyclical
trade
price
at your
swings
own
and
risk.
their
I'm not a
profit.
financial expert.
And
Recommendations.
Predicts volatility through
I have to
patterns
put in my
of wide
disclaimer.
and narrow price bars.
I do not have fiduciary liability insurance,
Market action spins off
so
both
please do not
internal
sue me.
and external pattern cycles. Swing traders must consider both factors before executing their positions. The complex interplay of world markets works its way downward into individual stocks and futures on a daily basis, but accurate prediction of the exact
TMDI.
in any given session requires a detailed
What was going on with that one again? Let me.
macroeconomic forces and arbitrage between different
Okay, I said above 138.
Consider the influence of the credit and futures markets before entering an equity position.
It was searching for directions. TMDI. Let me see what it's doing.
Arbitrage between equities, futures, and credit also leads to intraday oscillation that runs through all exchanges. Observe this rhythmic movement on tick registers and in the cyclical price swing that runs through all major
TMDI
indices.
ended in a
Swing
doji
traders can use this well-known phenomenon
again.
to time executions that synchronize with these
131.
larger forces.
And it's down
Local influences change quickly
2.6.
from day to day. The market is constantly
2.67% in the AH. They're
in the
down
absence of larger forces. That rule can
2.67%
shift at any time
at
from the
127.
S&P
Wait for this one to go back
Nasdaq
over
the
to
Dow 30 Industrials.
140
A
or
major sector
so.
can suddenly move into the limelight. Every other market is higher or lower.
TMDI showing
These
weakness.
fluctuations may or may not affect any individual position. The swing trader must determine the potential impact quickly and shift strategy when required.
Yep. It can stay above 135. The high of the day today was 134.
During quiet
TMDI.
periods, simple arbitrage generates primary influence. But world events or broad currency issues may rise to the surface and
Kala, welcome to the channel.
always defend
Welcome to the
active
live.
positions by staying informed and planning a safe exit.
Kala Lilies.
Safe exit.
Kala Lilies.
Emergency. Avoid overnight holds during very
I
volatile.
thought it went
periods.
from $5 because that's when I tweeted it.
The best opportunity may
It
come
was trending
right
down
after
when I
the crowd
tweeted it,
jumps for the exits.
and it was about $5.
Follow the
Right.
charts of the major indices
Thank you, Kala.
and S&P futures on a daily basis.
I don't know why Yahoo didn't
Intraday
capture that
traders
price.
watch their real-time movement throughout each session.
Go back to my tweet. It was about
And
$5
identify
when I
major support
tweeted it.
resistance levels. Identify market leadership as early in the day as possible.
Today's
And use that
big
price action to predict the short-term
bad
flow
winner,
of market.
GLSI.
When a macroeconomic event appears,
Why didn't
consider
Yahoo
taking
pick it
the
up
day
at
off,
$5?
unless a clear strategy emerges. surges to
Because I
capital.
knew I saw it at $5.
Promising setups often fail badly on these days because they
It was
can't find the
trending
crowd
down.
to carry them.
And I tweeted that this afternoon should be interesting.
Reward risk.
That was a buying opportunity right there.
Serious commitments to skill, knowledge, and emotional control. Treat it as a business at all times. Prepare a personal trading plan. Carefully evaluate risk capital and set attainable goals. If personal bias expects this discipline to earn quick wealth,
I know I wasn't seeing things. GLSI, it was in the
just take up gambling.
fives when I tweeted
The
it
markets have no
this
intention
morning.
of offering money to those who do not earn it. And always remember this valuable wisdom. Attention to profit.
What a massive move that was. Spiked all the way to 158.07.
Show a willingness to forego marginal positions and wait for good
You
opportunities.
gotta love this game when you get it right.
Prepare to experience long periods of boredom between frantic surges of concentration. Expect to stand aside, wait, and watch when the markets offer nothing to do. Accept this unwelcome state, as all successful participants do. The need for excitement makes a very dangerous trading partner. Careful stock selection controls risk better than any stop-loss system. Bad timing does more damage than large losses. Make wise choices before position entry and face less risk at the exit. Watch out for secondary gains that have nothing to do with profit. Trade execution will release adrenaline regardless of whether the position makes or loses money. Always face your true reasons for swing trading the markets. The primary motivation must be to aggressively take money out of someone else's pocket.
So $50 today, $50 on GLSI at $5.
Take yours at every opportunity.
You'd have cleared over $1,000
Every
easily.
setup has a price that violates the pattern. The measurement
A
from this
measly
breach to the
$50.
trade entry marks the risk for the position. When planning execution, look for levels where price must move only a short distance to show that the trade was a mistake.
A little go a long
Then
way.
expand this measurement to find the reasonable profit target and apply this methodology to every new opportunity. Limit
I
execution
got a bunch of
to
followers
positions
today
where
on
risk
Twitter.
remains below an acceptable level. And use profit
Yeah, I
targets
called this one
to
out
enter
at
markets that have
$5.
the highest reward-risk ratios. Each swing trader carries a different risk tolerance.
Please like
Some
live.
find comfort flipping New York Stock Exchange behemoths.
GLS altered 22 times.
Follow natural tendencies. And
Wow.
remember that swing strategies
That's
use
circuit breaker.
discretionary entry.
It's a low float runner. The float is about a little over $1 million.
Exit or stand aside. Test overall results by looking at profit and loss at the end of each week, month, and year. Good results make money, while bad results lose it. Mastering the trade. Consistent trading
ARCs,
requires accurate identification of current market
ARCS.
conditions and the application of appropriate strategies to capitalize.
No, I didn't see that one today. Let me
Pattern
see what it did.
cycles provide an effective method for price discovery through all
Let me check
charts and
that one
time.
out. ARCs.
This expanded concept of swing trading offers diverse tools to uncover profit opportunities through continuous feedback, regardless of bull, bear, or sideways market.
Whoa! Oh, that's a penny. I don't play pennies. That's a OTC.
Profit. The markets have a limited number
Kenneth,
of
that's a
opportunities to offer
OTC.
at
I don't
any
look
given
into
time.
these.
Price charts evolve slowly. One promising
No wonder
setup
I
to
didn't
next.
see it.
In between, they emit divergent information in which definable elements of risk and
1200%.
conflict with each other.
1200% today. Gain. ARCS.
More often,
I don't know if you
it
could see that.
represents norms that must be ignored at all costs. The ability to tell the difference between the two marks an important passage on the road to trading success.
I got wiped
Trading
out playing
occurs during
OTCs.
both positive and negative feedback. It simply represents
almost
those periods
wiped
when
out.
participants should remain on the sidelines rather than jump into the action.
I don't touch those
Account
anymore.
capital has limitations and should only
Those
commit to the
sub-pennies.
promising setups.
.00003.
Book profits. Many Many participants experience anxiety between positions and tend to pull the trigger prematurely. Remember that longevity requires strict self-discipline. Swing
I
traders
also do not
unconsciously
recommend
seek
options on
to
this
place
channel.
profits during quiet
It is
market
too
periods.
risky.
Allow boredom to bring down the
I
emotional
was
level
practicing for a
and
month.
wait patiently for the next
I
real.
made some money here and there. Options.
Both negative and positive feedback conditions
I
produce
almost got
rewarding
wiped
trends,
out playing
but
options
confusion between the two
a few
can lead
years
to
ago.
major
So
losses. Classic swing
I stopped for
strategies
a while.
work best during negative
And in the
feedback,
summer, I was doing
while
options with
positive
Robinhood
feedback
only. I
supports
was trading
profitable
options with Robinhood.
Avoid the danger of choosing the wrong
So I had my
strategy
Webull
through
account
consistent
doing
application of the expanded swing
day
method.
trading and swing trading.
Regarding of market
And
phase,
my Robinhood was
use this
doing
simple,
options
unified
trading
approach
only.
for all trade executions. Enter positions
So it's
at
good to
low
have
risk
multiple
and exit them at
accounts
high
doing
risk.
multiple things.
These mechanics often parallel
Please sign up
buying
with
at
my
support
Webull link.
and selling at resistance, exercised in classic swing tactics.
Trading starts at
But
4
this expanded
a.m.
definition allows entry into the realm
with
of the
Webull.
momentum trader with safety and
You get
precision.
3 free stocks
Swing
when
traders
you
study
sign up.
both action and reaction when evaluating setups in the momentum environment. This demands complex planning and detached execution that aligns positions to the underlying trend, but against the current crowd emotions. This strategy naturally favors execution against traditional momentum tactics. Counter-trend reactions provide excellent swing entry levels in momentum markets. Once filled, these positions find a comfortable exit on the next accelerating thrust, just as new
It's gonna be a quick live
participants jump in
tonight.
from the other direction.
Gotta get some
The
rest.
experienced
Wake up
player
3:30
can use more sophisticated techniques
with
to
Davesplay.
locate less obvious low-risk trade entry
Might be
and
Kern.
enter into
Didn't I
accelerating
research
momentum.
Kern?
These high volatility positions
What did I
require
say
tight
about Kern?
trailing
Let me
stops
check.
that protect risk capital. But successful exit strategy remains
Kern.
the same through diverse entry tactics. Look for acceleration and feed the position into the hungry hands of other participants, just as price pushes into a high-risk zone.
Shoot me an email at davejamaica8@AOL for stock research.
Every player knows the pain
Just
of
give me
executing
some
a
time.
low-risk entry, riding a profitable trend, but then losing everything on a subsequent reaction. Clearly defined swing exit tactics will avoid this unpleasant experience. Multi-trend technical analysis and cross-verification techniques identify probable reversal points well in advance of the price action. Unfortunately, most market participants do not visualize their exit when they
I'm
enter a
getting
new
hot,
position
hot,
and
hot.
allow greed to overpower analysis as soon as it moves into a profit. The master
Might
swing
be
trader
Kern is
always
down.
locates natural escape routes and major profit levels before
It fell 4.92% today, and it's
manage
also
risk
down in
on
the
both sides
AH.
of the trade.
They're down
Focus on
about 1%
optimizing
at
entry exit points
343.
and specialize in single direct
Kern.
price moves. Remember that execution of low-risk entries into mediocre positions allows more
Yeah, the
flexibility
5-day
than
chart is
high-risk
looking
entries into good markets.
weak.
Avoid fundamental analysis of short-term trading.
I said it was a hold.
Mental bias from knowledge of a company's inner workings can distort the message of the price chart just when opportunity knocks. Swing trading allows many methods to improve profitability. Try to adjust position size.
Yeah, Mike, but if you're
manage
down
time
over
more
15%,
efficiently, or
10 to
slowly
15%,
scale
you got to get out.
to retain a piece for the next price.
Could always get back in at another time when the trend
Careful trade
reverses.
selection does more to build capital than any other technique.
You got to
Enter
respect
new
price.
positions only when signals converge and send a clear message. Standing aside requires as
Even a
much careful
6-month chart.
preparation
Look at
as
this.
entry or exit, and must be considered before every execution.
The
Winning
last
is a tough
news
game.
was 5
Each
days
swing
ago.
trader must compete against
Kern.
all other participants to take their money. House rules ensure that the insiders always retain an advantage. Market makers and specialists use proven techniques.
Yeah, the
to
ganja
frighten
stocks
small
took off
players
when
and shake them out of positions.
President-elect Biden won office.
While controlling emotions with strong mental discipline
And now everything is cooling off right now. Let me check
Technical
ACB.
analysis and drill swing prices into memory. Target acceptable
Yeah,
dollar tick loss.
ACB down
Remember that the average position gain must be
6.79%.
significantly higher than average loss, or survival will depend upon a winning percentage well above 60%.
Weed stocks are cooling off right
Improve
now.
results by reducing losses first and increasing
Stay away
profits
for
second.
now.
Keep current and accurate trading records.
But in the meantime, the
market will keep
biotech
cruel
sector
tricks when results depend on memory.
is hot like
Consider
10
the real
hells.
impact of available capital and leverage. The
Okay.
frequent commissions
Also,
and small capital will
UTSI.
eventually end promising careers.
Research those two.
When trying to grow a small account, lengthen holding
Also,
period and
PBL.
larger profits per entry. And use any
Those three
drawdowns
could run
as a
tomorrow. Let's
major
see what
signal
happens.
to
They're up
lighten
big
up
in the
and
AH.
slow down. Chapter Preparing for the Market Day. The closing bell.
You're welcome, might be.
The closing
Paulette
bell
in the
signals
building.
sort of preparation for the next market day.
Welcome to my life.
Use this valuable time to measure current cycles for the next session.
Your stock is doing excellent.
For the best new opportunities and apply price chart techniques to identify the likely trading condition.
Your LMB is doing excellent. They're up.
Taken during the preceding session. Adjust watch lists to remove lost opportunities and add new stocks that show promise.
Since I recommended it, they're up 80%.
Update the personal trading plan and current strategy after reviewing the events of each. Make small strategic adjustments on a daily basis, but do
Please like the live.
only after weeks of data mining and personal introspection. Look back at the day with complete honesty. Were exits taken when offered? Did hope replace good judgment? Were personal rules followed? And did that make a difference in the profit and loss statement? Make sure to revise all trading records daily to avoid a backlog of old tickets and account statements.
GLSI cooling off in the AH. They were up
As the trading day comes to
85% earlier in the AH. Now they're up only 28%.
Significant news.
Getting back to earth.
Or establish a fresh bias on short-term direction. Review specific issues that will likely when the new day begins. How has sentiment changed, and what impact will it have on the crowd? Quickly categorize the current market. Refresh tactics that will respond to it. Review the economic calendar for important government reports. Exercise greater caution on Fridays that release the unemployment report, or unwind options positions. If volatility will surge sharply due to unpleasant news or conditions, don't hesitate to take the day off and let the competition assume the risk. The market will still offer many opportunities after others get caught in sharp whipsaws or take dramatic profits. Avoid information overload. Set aside a reasonable time for preparation and limit analysis to focus on key stocks and indices in detail. Reduce watch lists, news, and charts until they conform to a healthy personal lifestyle. Get recreation, eat right, and get plenty of sleep before the new market day begins. Exhausted swing traders.
That's what I need. Plenty of sleep. I'm lacking sleep.
Use the quiet hours to locate and evaluate trade setups. Hurried analysis of new opportunities during the market day invites danger. Important charting features go unnoticed, and the pulse of the level 2 screen becomes difficult to ignore. The swing trader also faces many chores that interfere with clear-headed reward, risk evaluation during the active session, prior preparation so that the active session can receive full attention. When the market opens, be prepared to respond to a flood of fresh data quickly and without hesitation. Apply original 3D chart skills that quickly figure opportunity and manage risk. Use new twists on classic strategies to place each issue within.
Don't forget to follow me on Twitter
Generate continuous feedback through
at the PT.
Watch the ticker closely
if I see anything extraordinary.
And exercise tactics that swing against the crowd to book consistent profits. Support resistance. Support resistance, SR, organizes the charting landscape into well-marked levels that predict swings and breakouts. Price action at these
Follow me on IG at Dave_Natch.
specific locations within the trend range axis. Stocks can swing back and forth across a central SR pivot rather than find a floor or ceiling. Support resistance may present an absolute barrier that cannot be crossed, or exhibit elasticity, can be stretched but not broken. In common horizontal SR, resistance
follow me on
support
TikTok
when price
at
mounts and vice versa.
Dave Natch Stocks.
Swing traders earn their livelihoods. They find and execute setups along SR interfaces. The first SR boundaries print on every chart. Most carry a unique load factor and will break when buying or selling intensity exceeds it. Once price pierces a level, it normally expands toward the next SR barrier. This mechanism provides the source for many profitable strategies. The classic swing trade buys at support and sells. Therefore, these levels
Kenneth Wallace Auto.
And risk. Look to buy when the nearest resistance is far above, and look to sell resistance when the nearest is on accurate prediction at SR interfaces. The skilled eye must quickly locate these points and evaluate their impact on every setup. Begin with a dense chart template.
So auto closed up 5.69% today.
Then
The 5 chart is all over the
and how
place.
each affects reward risk.
No
Start
particular
with highs
trend.
and lows in the longest applicable time frame, and work down to recent price action. Pay special attention to shock events that may produce significant SR in a single bar. For example, strong gaps can stay unfilled for many years. Apply a simple hierarchy that rates the importance of each SR feature. Horizontal levels that persist over time carry more weight than those from shorter periods. Major highs and lows provide stronger SR than moving averages or other prices.
So stocks to research tonight.
Hit levels
GLSI, IMMP, UTSI, and Pbla.
Cross verification.
To check the fundamentals, you're going to go to Yahoo Finance, put in your ticker symbol. You're going to scroll over to
the rational mind
statistics. So when you go to Yahoo Finance, you're going to see summary, company outlook, conversations, statistics. Go to statistics. You see the market cap. You see the float. You see the 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average.
Searches the charting landscape to
Plethora of information. You're going to see percentage held by insiders, percentage held by institutions, short percentage,
when they uncover those points where different SR types and time frames,
profit margin, operating margin,
for example, a single level that points to a major
ROA, ROE, return on assets, and return on equity. You want to see positive numbers, but most of the pennies you're going to see negative numbers. Don't worry about that. Talking about the return on assets and return on equity, and profit margin and operating margin. Don't worry about
the
that.
four elements that intersect through a single boundary.
But worry about current ratio.
Chart feature will support or resist
Current ratio must be over 1
or more cross verification
if you're going to hold long term.
here at a single SR intersection and signal an excellent profit opportunity.
You want to look at total cash, total debt.
Discard promising trades. Many good setups exhibit less.
Don't worry too much about operating cash flow. Don't worry too much about leverage free cash flow for the spec plays, that is.
Trade execution at or near new highs raises special SR considerations. The high itself presents the only resistance barrier within the larger time frame. If shorter charting periods don't reveal
GLSI insiders has 85% of the float.
To buy, sell, or maintain an active position on the test of that high. Of course, analysis of risk must also locate an easy escape.
85.54% float. GLSI owned by insiders.
To locate promising setups and measure reward risk. Look for price close to
Pauline in the building.
To identify low risk long trades.
Welcome.
Look for price close.
Appreciate all your support.
To find low risk short sales. Measure the distance between the entry and the next barrier within the holding period for the trade. This points to the intended exit.
Please like live.
Target, PT. Measure the distance between the
Please
entry
subscribe
and the
to the
price
channel.
That confirms that the setup was wrong.
Please share the videos. I'm trying to get to 4,000 watch hours.
Execute with high PT and low FT.
I'm in the deficit of about 700 watch hours.
3D chart.
700 more to go. Just support me by watching my playlist. Let it run overnight on all your devices. Let it permeate through your brain while you sleep. I have some ebooks on there too. Check out my older videos. Check out my videos in late March, early April, when I'm getting 1 like, 2 likes,
accurate forecasting
5
requires the
views.
ability to see price movement in more than one dimension. Investors and institutions can often accomplish this task.
All of those stocks that I recommended back then are up big.
Need more information and must watch the markets using 3D techniques.
Might be SFET.
Identify 3 time frames that correspond to the chosen
SFET. Let me look at that real
Find
quick.
one segment above and one below the position focus. For example, many intraday
Oh, this one was volatile
rely on
today.
1
It sold
minute,
off.
5 minute, and 60-minute charts.
Made a
While
big
many
drop at about
position
140,
manipulate 60-minute,
1:35 p.m.
daily,
What
and
happened
weekly
there?
combinations.
But it
Not
bounced
sure how
back
long to
quickly.
maintain a position? Most swing traders should choose a specific holding period that reflects their lifestyle and not
SFET.
change it until thoughtful
Let
planning
me check.
presents an alternate
Oh, the
strategy.
5-day chart is all over
The
the
rational mind
place.
will
No
turn
particular
poorly
trend.
defined time frames into major losses.
Might be heading back
Trades
up.
become investments, and ex-traders become humble investors.
It's at the lower
As
end of the
strategies
spectrum.
evolve, slowly experiment with different
Looks
time
like
frames.
it might be heading
During
back.
these phases, prepare to answer the time question clearly before each trade execution. Write it down and stick to it, or success will
It was
not
above
wait.
average volume today. This is SFET.
Building the road.
Was there any news
Markets
today?
give away their
Yes, they had
secrets to
news
swing
today.
traders who take the time to look carefully. Building a detailed landscape
They
on each
acquired
chart reveals trend and
Chai
pattern power
Cooked LLC.
where important crowd forces will converge. These focused
This one's not
time
looking
price
too
zones
bad, Mike.
target the hidden
SFET.
points primed for reversals and breakouts. When the participant has a clearly defined plan of what to do when
The fact that
price
it bounced back
hits
after
hot
that
spots,
big
they've learned
drop. I wonder.
swing trade.
Fell
Watch
off
these
a
points
cliff
in
at
real
about
time whenever possible,
135,
and decide whether or not the tape action
and it
supports
rallied
the message of the pattern.
3
Pull the
o'clock.
trigger at or near the predetermined
This one was
low-risk
volatile
entry
today.
points after confirmation.
SFET.
The path to perfect trade entry is reached by thoroughly understanding each component of the 3D roadmap. Every convergence event triggers a different physical reaction. Experienced technicians measure the relative impact of each individual force and make consistently accurate predictions of subsequent price movements.
Kenneth, IMMP is up
Develop
82%.
precise
Nice.
visual skills and don't rely on a toolbox.
It was up bigger than that. It was up 101% when I wrote
Swing
it down.
trading teaches discretionary execution based on convergence.
So remember, if
not
you're trading
progress,
after hours
but
or
does not
pre-market,
require mechanical models or systems. Realize that most indicators arise
make
from
sure
very
you have a strong risk tolerance.
Learn these
Very
basic
volatile.
components well and hone that needed edge for the skilled.
If you don't like too much risk, wait till 9:30. Between 9:40 and 10 o'clock before you start a position.
To close off opportunities as quickly as they appear.
Leave the pre-market and after hours for
will fail as new
the professionals and
long-term
people with high risk
requires
tolerance.
quick adaptation to new issues. Old methods fail. Use the power of pattern cycles to identify and test fresh strategies that respond to major market changes. Candlesticks. Candlestick history goes back much further than standard price bars. Japanese traders used them in the 18th century.
Might be righteous dub. What's that? I'm going to research
one
that.
Local speculator executed over 100 consecutive winning positions.
Righteous dub. I don't know what that is.
The military named many candlestick formations arise from that era's feudal system. The pattern names that compare trading sessions to battles and blood remain valid 300 years later. Candlestick charts condense far more information than standard bar plots. They separate price range extremes with a chosen period from the central opening and closing values. The candlestick real body represents the core price action.
Okay, Mike, I made a note of that one. Righteous dub.
Upper and lower shadows mark the range outside
See
this
what's
boundary.
that all about.
Candlesticks illustrate intra-bar conflict.
Thank everybody for tuning in to the live.
They reveal price action. In the
Shout out to
frame
Might
below
B,
the one measured by
Kenneth, Neville, 77 dimes. Appreciate the support. Cost
See the truth.
to wake up 3:30 a.m. to do my research and also do my trading at 4 a.m.
Appear every day. Learn to read the message of the candle.
Oh, Barrington Levy song.
Most hidden archetypes,
Cool.
excitement, panic, and reversal arise in the unconscious mind and can be understood through trader intuition as well as analysis.
Barrington Levy. I'm broader than Broadway.
Bollinger Bands.
That's his big hit.
Swing traders must investigate central tendency in every promising opportunity. Market action should spring back toward a center of gravity after extending sharply in either direction. This axis tends to support price.
Am I allowed to play music on YouTube?
During active markets.
I don't want any
Flat range-bound periods.
copyright
Price action commonly
strikes.
oscillates back and forth across the pivot until volatility triggers a new directional impulse. Bollinger Bands, BBs, focus analysis of central tendency in real time. As markets evolve, this powerful tool draws upper and lower channels that predict extremes based on price's relationship to the most recent action. To use the bands effectively, apply a central average that tunes into the expected holding period. Choose this important value carefully. Longer averages will lead to later signals, while shorter ones will generate whipsaws. Pick shorter settings for intraday charts such as 5-minute and 60-minute bars. Swing traders can't afford late information when playing in this frantic time frame. Expand to longer averages or weekly charts to uncover broad market cycles and emerging trends. Chart polarity. Interpreting the endless variety of patterns, indicators, bands, and lines can seem overwhelming. Fortunately, the market simplifies this process.
Never you say big tune?
Price action.
Absolutely. Five minutes on the live. 5 minutes to go. Follow me on Twitter at WPT for stock alerts. Email me at DaveJamaica8 at AOL for stock research. That's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the AM. Real quick. Yeah, everything is fading right now. Yeah, everything is fading right now. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. GLSI is up, faded all the way back to 26%. They were up 85% earlier in the AH, and now they're only up 26%. Very volatile. GLSI, I'm not surprised if it runs again tomorrow. It has a tiny float of a little over 1 million. Let me check the shorts. Well, Yahoo is not going to have the latest shorts information. .04% shorts, according to Yahoo. I'm sure it's more than that. Let's see if Webull show anything. GLSI, the big winner today, closed up 1,000%, from $5 to $158. Incredible. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you when I see you. Dave Natch, I'm out for now. Boom, bam. Make your next trade your best trade.